Imagine waking up one day feeling unstoppable. Your thoughts race faster than you can speak. Ideas explode in your mind. Sleep feels optional. Fear disappears. Now, imagine waking up another day, unable to move. Your body feels heavy. Your mind feels slow. Nothing matters. Not food, not people, not even yourself. This is not moodiness. This is not personality. This is not just stress. This is bipolar disorder, a condition where the brain doesn't stay in one emotional reality. It swings between extremes, not by choice, not by attitude, but by biology. What bipolar disorder really is? The word bipolar literally means two poles, two extremes. Bipolar disorder is a mental health condition where a person experiences dramatic shifts in mood, energy, thinking, and behavior, moving between emotional highs and emotional lows. And these shifts are not subtle. They are not temporary moods. They are intense states that can last days, weeks, or even months. And while there are multiple forms of bipolar disorder, they all exist on the same spectrum, a spectrum defined by elevation and collapse.
Number 1. The highs, mania and hypomania. The elevated side of bipolar disorder comes in two main forms, mania and hypomania. Mania is the extreme. During a manic episode, the brain enters a state of overdrive. Thoughts accelerate. Speech becomes rapid. Sleep decreases or disappears entirely. Confidence inflates into invincibility. A person may feel euphoric, irritable, powerful, untouchable. But mania is not happiness. It is loss of regulation. Impulse control weakens. Risk-taking increases. Judgment disappears. People may spend money recklessly, drive dangerously, start unrealistic projects, or believe they possess special abilities. Hypomania is a milder version. It still includes elevated mood and increased energy, but without full loss of reality. To outsiders, hypomania can look productive, charismatic, creative, which is why it often goes unnoticed and untreated.
Number 2. The lows. Bipolar depression. If mania feels like flying too close to the sun, bipolar depression feels like falling into gravity itself. This is not ordinary sadness. Bipolar depression affects motivation, concentration, appetite, sleep, self-worth. People may feel empty, hopeless, slow, disconnected. Thoughts become heavy and repetitive. Guilt appears without cause. Worthlessness feels factual. The future looks closed. In severe cases, thoughts of suicide emerge, not as drama, but as exhaustion. And unlike manic episodes, depressive phases often last longer. This is why many people with bipolar disorder spend more time depressed than elevated, making the condition especially dangerous when untreated. Number 3. The brain behind the disorder. Bipolar disorder is not a flaw in character. It is a difference in brain function. One key issue involves neural connectivity. Healthy brains constantly refine their wiring, strengthening useful connections and removing faulty ones through a process called synaptic pruning. In bipolar disorder, this process is disrupted. Instead of clean, efficient pathways, the brain develops overlapping, unstable networks. Signals become noisy, regulation weakens, emotions override logic. Neurotransmitters also play a role, especially dopamine. During manic phases, dopamine activity spikes, amplifying motivation, confidence, and risk-taking. During depressive phases, dopamine drops, draining pleasure and drive. This chemical imbalance contributes to the extreme shifts that define the disorder.
Number 4. Genetics, trauma, and triggers. Bipolar disorder tends to run in families.
If a close relative has it, risk increases, but not certainty. There is no single bipolar gene. Instead, dozens of genes interact, influencing how the brain regulates emotion, stress, and reward. But genetics alone are not enough. Environmental factors matter. Trauma, chronic stress, sleep disruption, substance use. These can activate an underlying vulnerability. The amygdala, a brain region involved in emotion and threat detection, often shows heightened reactivity in people with bipolar disorder. This means emotional responses may be stronger, faster, and harder to regulate. The condition forms through interaction, not destiny. Number 5. Treatment, control, and stability. Bipolar disorder is serious, but it is manageable. Treatment focuses on stability, not suppression. Mood stabilizers like lithium help regulate brain activity and reduce extreme shifts. Antipsychotic medications can control manic symptoms by moderating dopamine activity. Therapy helps individuals recognize early warning signs, manage stress, and maintain routines. Lifestyle matters more than people realize. Consistent sleep, regular exercise, avoiding drugs and alcohol, structured daily rhythms. These are not optional, they are protective tools. Modern treatment is personalized. The goal is not emotional numbness. The goal is balance. Identity beyond the disorder. Bipolar disorder does not define intelligence. It does not define creativity. It does not define worth. Many people with bipolar disorder live full, meaningful lives as artists, scientists, parents, leaders, and creators. The disorder is not who they are. It is something they manage. Understanding replaces fear. Education replaces stigma. Support replaces isolation. Bipolar disorder is not a failure of willpower. It is a medical condition, one that responds to care, structure, and compassion. And with the right tools, stability is not only possible, it is sustainable. Thanks for watching Cool Dude Explains, where comedy meets curiosity. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your favorite myth or question in the comments. Stay curious, stay cool, and I'll see you in the next video.